What's up, everybody? I thought I'd just talk about some things that have been going on lately. First of all, everybody knows about VR and all of these companies like investing into it and making VR devices. Recently, PlayStation VR was like announced and the pricing was announced. It was announced for $400 in the United States, and I think it's going to be about £350 in the UK. Firstly, I think everybody is just like, when you have something new, when you have a new technology and it's just like, it just seems so amazing and it just seems like, wow, this is the future. Everybody just jumps on the bandwagon. I think this is what we're basically experiencing. I think people are just excited about it because it's new and like futuristic and stuff like that. I think that once these devices are actually released, I think there will still be a little bit of hype going, but I feel like after like a couple of months, it would have just died down so much. However, saying that, I don't think that VR will be a complete flop. I don't think it will like sell millions upon millions of units. I don't think that whatsoever. However, what I do think is, I think that it will sell decently, and I feel like Sony will give it some support. But whether or not it gets like a lot of support or like minimal support, I just think that's based on the type of games that they have released and like what reception those games get. If it's like gets good reception and it sells well, I think like PlayStation VR could do well for itself, and not just that particular VR system, but even the other ones like the Oculus Rift and the HTC Vive. And yeah, that's why I basically think about it. And also, there's something else that I really wanted to touch on. It's Microsoft's hostility towards PC gamers. And like they've always shown some sort of hostility. Like back in the days, I remember when they tried to do that games with Windows Live, and they tried to make PC players pay for online gaming. And now they're being hostile, but I feel like they're being hostile in different ways. I feel like they're just testing the waters to see what they can get away with. For example, Quantum Break, that game, it was originally announced as Xbox One exclusive, but everybody knows it's coming to PC now, and it seems like a lot of their former Xbox One exclusives are coming to PC. The thing about that is, it's like the way they market things is, Xbox One and Windows 10 exclusive. Excuse me. There's one thing that I don't get. Why is Microsoft trying to force everybody on Windows 10? It's like some people are already just happy with using Windows 8 or Windows 7. And it's just like they're trying to force this shit down our throat about upgrade for Windows 10, all of this Windows 10 campaign, like where it was free for a year and everything. They're just trying to push that shit down our throat, and I just don't like how aggressively they're marketing this thing. It's just like, cool, if you want to upgrade to Windows 10, go ahead and do that by all means. But if we're like happy on 8 or 7, just let us stay. Let us stay there. We're happy where we are. And the thing is like these games are on Windows 10 exclusively, and it's like I don't really understand why. Yes, I understand that DirectX 12 is exclusively for Windows 10, but what about if I don't know if there's a technical reason why, if just Microsoft said, oh no, let's just lock that shit down, let's just make DX12 Windows 10, that way we can force people like PC gamers to upgrade to Windows 10. But even if there was a technical aspect to it, what about if it was, how should I say this? What if like gamers of Windows 8 and Windows 7 could actually play the game, but they may not get the full they might not get the advantages of DX12. I think that would be really good, because I think if for DX12 your hardware, like your graphics card's got support as well. It won't be like all the cards that support it. So yeah, that's just the thing. And the thing is that's just not the only issue. They're doing other things as well. Like they're trying to take away what is good about PC gaming. So with PC gaming, PC is an open platform, and we have a lot of choice. You can go to Steam, you can go to GOG. You just have a lot of choice. You're not just restricted to one area where you can buy games or stuff like that. There's a lot of places you can get your games. and it's like Microsoft are just doing it so it's only on their store, and that's a hindrance to the game because firstly, Microsoft doesn't have the best track record with PC gamers, and secondly, it's why should a PC gamer buy the game off of your storefront when you are imposing restrictions on them that other storefronts aren't? So, for example, if it was on Steam, you wouldn't have any of these restrictions like using programs like Fraps and stuff like that, having restrictions on like SLI and having all of like the game files encrypted. You wouldn't have any of those problems. So I kind of think that even though I think Quantum Break would be a good game, I think that Microsoft are doing like a disservice to the game by putting it on their store exclusively. Who knows? It might change. Like we might get some more information nearer the time saying it's going to come out on Steam at a later date or whatever. But as it stands right now, it's just I feel like that's doing a disservice to the game. They're trying to reach out to more gamers, but if they wanted to do that, why are they restricting you on? Why are they restricting where the game is going to be sold? So why is it saying exclusively to the Windows Store and exclusively to Windows 10? If you really want to reach out to that wider audience, why don't you make that game available on Windows 8, Windows 7 as well, and like make not just the operating system but also make it like available on Steam, because like gamers use Steam, they know about it, and it's quite user friendly, and like it's for the consumer now, especially like when they have that they've added that thing recently where if you play like 2 hours or less of the game you can get a refund to see if it's broken. That's really like for the consumer, and it just seems like Microsoft are just doing these things that are anti-consumer, and it's not just bad for the consumers and gamers, it's also bad for like the developers of the game as well. So yeah, I just thought discuss that. This video went on a bit longer than I anticipated. I apologize for that, but yeah, I hope you enjoyed the discussion. Thank you very much. Bye.